Next up, Gavin's here to talk Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Wait, didn't he hate Afterlife?
He did. Let's see if Frozen Empire resurrected Ghostbusters for Gavin.
Or if this movie series should be left dead in the water.
Hey sneak peekers! Last week I had the opportunity to check out the newest entry in the Ghostbusters franchise, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The film picks up where the 2021 legacy sequel Ghostbusters Afterlife left off. Taking place 3 years after the events of Afterlife, Frozen Empire opens up with the Spangler family, including new stepdad Gary, played by Paul Rudd, setting up shop as the new generation of Ghostbusters right in the original firehouse in New York, bankrolled by Ghostbuster Winston Zeddemore, who's played by Ernie Hudson. However, after the Ghostbusters cause significant property damage while chasing the Hell's Kitchen sewer dragon, yes, that's the actual name, the mayor of New York City vows to disband the team and forces them to bench 15-year-old Phoebe, played by McKenna Grace, who he believes is too young to bust ghosts. Meanwhile, Ray Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, comes into the possession of a mysterious orb at his haunted curio shop, which turns out to be an ancient brass prison holding a powerful spirit named Garaka. After consulting with the librarian, played by Patton Oswalt, Phoebe, Ray, and Ray's intern, Podcast, another real name, learn that if Garaka's unleashed, he'll turn the entire city into a frozen wasteland. Hence the whole Frozen Empire thing. If you couldn't already tell, there is a lot going on in this movie. Seriously, there's at least 20 different named characters in this film, and like 11 of them wear a Ghostbusters uniform. While it's nice in theory to see characters from both the original Ghostbusters and Afterlife return, in addition to adding new ones, the end result feels like a bit of a crowded mess. The movie just doesn't have enough time to work with its cast, leading to relationships between characters feeling much flatter than in the previous films. The dialogue can get pretty corny at times, and it felt like McKenna Grace, and to a lesser extent Paul Rudd, Dan Aykroyd, and Kumail Nanjiani, were the only ones that managed to stand out to me from the massive ensemble. To Frozen Empire's credit, I did think this film was a huge improvement from Afterlife in a number of ways. For one, this film significantly tones down the amount of dramatic reverence held for the original film, which I always thought seemed weirdly out of place. Yes, there are still several eye-roll-worthy callbacks to the original, but at least this one avoids using a CGI recreation of the deceased Harold Ramis as Egon Spangler. Unfortunately, fun moments like a surprisingly good-looking Slimer, McKenna Grace meeting a young ghost girl, and the villain attacking a vape shop because he's looking for the Fire Master ultimately end up drowning in a complicated, crowded film. In conclusion, busting makes me feel kind of mediocre. I was happy to report that I enjoyed it more than Afterlife, a movie that I really hated. But I still found myself frustrated with just how convoluted the whole thing felt. If you had a different opinion, let us know what you think, and share your thoughts on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire at SneakPeekTSTV.